Testing, check. Can you guys hear me? Such a beautiful day. The June is opening right now and we are having a flat open in SPY. Price action remains the same as yesterday, to be honest. We are watching Amazon and we are watching Google and we are watching Apple and SPY QQQ as usual. We're also going to talk about what Yellen said and will it going to be having any impact on the market. So we got to wait and see. I hope you guys saw what Yellen said. She admitted she was wrong about the inflation. Good morning everyone. Thank you for being here, by the way. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. This is a new month and let's make sure we start the month good and we end the month as strong as we have started. Hey Sandrika. Hey Paul. Welcome, mate. A lot of stuffs to cover, a lot of stuffs in the news. But markets are not showing any weakness yet. Are we gonna have a big pullback or it's just gonna go to 420? That's what we gotta see. Morning KNB, thanks for being here. Good to have you here, mate. And today is the day where the Fed is also going to be reducing their bond purchases. They're going to be selling off their bonds which they have been buying since the pandemic. That is something to keep an eye on as well. They are selling off $14.9 billion worth of bonds in June 15th, $13.3 billion worth in June 30, and June 30 will be the biggest dump in the bonds, like somewhere around 13, 15. $32 billion are gonna evaporate in thin air. Morning Arab, thanks for being here. We have 7 more minutes. The stocks I'm watching for today is Amazon and Google. You saw the reaction from Amazon and the optimism will be coming back to Google as well leading into the split. Expect the same price action to follow in Google too leading into the split. So we're watching Apple. If Apple can take or open above for 150.32, we are looking for Apple for continuation to the upside. And same with SPY, we are looking for SPY to break above yesterday's high, which was at around 416.23. Thoughts on Tesla? Tesla needs to break above 765, so that's the level which I have over here, like 765 and above. Tesla can run a test to 800, but until Tesla goes above 765, I would just hold on to it. Nothing to be so bullish on, considering the trend is still favoring the bears over here. But if we do break or open above 765, then yep, we can go all the way to 780. No, 800. 780 will be the first level, but after that it's gonna be 800. Considering the ATR in Tesla, which is at around $50, I won't be surprised if we push all the way to 800 by end of today, if we break above 765. SPX is the same as SPY, to be honest with you. I wanted SPY to be breaking out about 416.43, which will be in SPX, it'll be in the ballpark of 41.70. So wait for it to take out yesterday's high, which was at 41.58. No, yesterday's high was at 41.68. So wait for it to go close candles above 41.70. Above 41.70, we can run a test to 4200 in SPY easily. So that's like what, 22 handle move. So we got to wait and watch. So we have 4 more minutes before the market opens in SPY. So we gotta see what we have on file. We are opening at 4:15. So let's see. The ATR in SPY is sitting at around $10. Oh, ATR. ATR is nothing but the average true range. It tells you the candle size on how much move is to be expected leading into today's session. For example, if I go to daily charts in SPY, the ATR in daily charts is at $9.90. You can see it down here, the number, the $9.90, which means from 412, SPY can move all the way to either 421 by close or 403 by close. So we are expecting a $9 move today in SPY leading into today's session. So that's what ATR tells you. It gives you it calculates this number by considering the sizes of the previous candles. So it gives you the estimated move or volatility in a particular stock. So it helps you set the stops, and it helps you to take profits. Once the one ATR move is completed, the stocks usually tend to stall out for the particular day, and yeah, so it'll help you to know where to secure profits. This is one of the only indicators I use, to be honest. Like it's pretty useful. Check it out. Morning, Jackie. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. What did the spell say today, huh? We're going to 420 or what? Are 2 minutes away from the opening bell on SPY. Alright, boys, take high probability trades. Don't mess it up. Cut the losses when the trade goes against you fast and quick. Don't end up holding bags. Let's start this month strong and end this strong as well. Good luck, everyone. Let's see what we have. We are opening, looks like we are opening at 4:15, which is near that trend line, declining trend line. Did you happen to do Apple already? No, not yet. Apple, I'm looking at 150. The number which I'm watching for Apple is exactly at 150.36. If we start closing candles above, then we are headed towards 152 in Apple. Once the market open, we will go over what Yellen said and how catastrophic damage has the Federal Reserve and the Yellen have already done to the economy, and at least now they are coming out of the woodsheds and admitting they're wrong. So let's talk about that as well after market opens. So we got to see how SPY opens and how the first candle prints, and then we'll go over the fundamentals as well. And I did get a lot of questions about about the video which I made a few days back on how to secure profits without using the day trades. We will cover that too. I will give some more information on that particular topic as well, because I received a lot of questions on that. We will go over that, and those are the agenda for today. First, we'll wait for the market open. We'll talk about Yellen, and we will see. And we will talk about we'll explain the video which we have posted a while back on how to secure profits without using day trades. We'll cover that too. Right, the market open. Let's see. We are opening print on SPY is at 415.16. So let's see if we're gonna push above 416 in the first candle, or we're gonna come all the way back down to 414 and test the VWAP. Gotta wait and watch. Good morning, Pony. Good morning, Carl. Might see some red in the first couple of minutes. Oh, let's see about that. We better do. We are pushing higher. Let's see, 416, most likely. Amazon pushing higher again. Another 2% day. Absolutely unreal. Looks like they want to hit that 420 by today. Interesting. Amazon just doesn't give a shit. We just keeps on going higher and higher and higher. Let's see if we can get all the way to 45.25 by today. That alone will push QQQ higher, which in turn pushes the SPY higher as well. Apple testing critical levels as well, something to keep an eye on. Everything is gapping up right now. Interesting. Apple is up, Amazon is up. Google is up considerably as well. We are opening about 22.98, so that's the opening print on Google. So let's see if we can push all the way to 2400 in Google as well. Oh, here we go, SPY. That's a huge green candle. It's a mighty one. Let's see. Morning, Sherry. Nope, I was wrong. I'm getting rusty on my spells. It happens. It happens. No one can be 100%. Right, SPY is getting rejected at 416, but it's just getting started. Looks like they want to push it higher, but we gotta wait and watch if we can take out yesterday's highs. If they take out yesterday's highs, SPY can easily get to 420 by close. Just waiting for this candle to close, to be honest, the 5-minute time frame, and then we'll go about what to do. Amazon is looking very strong over here. Amazon can easily get to like 2500 test if this keeps going. Are you guys trading Amazon? I know the premiums are a bit expensive, but I've seen a lot of folks been trading that lately. Showing a lot of strength. Don't go short until the charts say so. Just because it went up like what 10% in the past 1 week doesn't mean you have to go short. Wait for the charts to show some reversals. Look at this. If you had calls yesterday in Amazon, it went all the way from the opening print alone gave you like a 30-point move to the upside. In the money calls, 30 points move in a stock like Amazon, it's absolutely unreal. So if you guys are playing this trend, congratulations. If you guys went short on Amazon, I feel sorry for you. But considering the trend and your expiration, well, we gotta wait and watch. Hey, morning Sherry, morning Oliver. Thanks for showing up. I'm on 2700 call expiring on June 10th. Well, congratulations, mate. When did you get in? Like, did you get in like 2-3 days back? If you got in 2-3 days back, you must be up big already. Right, Apple testing the highs again. If Apple can break above these levels, we can go all the way to run a test to 152. I really hope SPY cooperates here, because if SPY is not cooperating, Apple is not going anywhere. Struggling at VWAP on SPY. If we can break above it, then like we are going to 420 by close today. These bear markets rallies can be quite brutal, to be honest. If you went short without confirmation, again, I feel sorry for you. So gotta wait and watch. I don't think this move will last for long. I don't think we're gonna go to all-time highs anytime soon. That is not going to happen. I mean, markets can be irrational longer than we can be solvent, but I'm open to anything, but probability of us getting to all-time highs is considerably low. I hope you guys saw the article, saw what the Janet Yellen actually said. She said, "I was wrong last year on the path of inflation." Let me share it with you guys, and I'm pretty sure you will be wrong this year as well, Yellen. What a goofball. Here we go. So, Yellen says, "I was wrong last year on the path of inflation." Yellen also says US won't see the same pace of job gains, and Treasury Chief says she didn't fully understand the circumstances. These people actually have control over the money which we make on the economy, by the way. If they screw up, we are done for. And hearing these types of words coming out of their mouth is absolutely unreal. I was wrong in the last year's path of inflation, and of course she won't see the same pace of job gains, and because that's how a recession works, right? Like if you fuck up, if the unemployment rates goes higher, then like it's gonna go higher in a rapid pace. We are already having a negative GDP growth for the past 2 months consecutively. All these are not pointing us to anywhere good, to be honest. So we gotta keep an eye out for it. I've been saying it for a long time. Do not trust these assholes. If you do, at the end of the day, we will be the one who will be ending up in the ditch. They don't know what they're doing. Absolutely mental. Amazon is flying over here, up another 3%. Let's see if we can run a test to like 25. Do you use Bookmap? What is Bookmap? I never heard of Bookmaps. If you can explain what it is, it'll be nice. There goes Apple, about 150.44. Let's see if we can close this candle above and then start pushing to like 152 by end. SPY is still struggling out here. So, what do you guys think? Or do you guys believe that we're actually going into a recession? Or do you guys believe that J Pow got this? That's something I would be interested to know, because I'm open to getting different opinions, so I got to make sure that I'm not living in a bubble. And SPY got rejected hard over here. It looks like we're coming down, boys. That's a pretty bad rejection in SPY. If SPY can't take out 416, then the probability of us filling the gap at 413.63 increases by a lot. So let's see. Google is boring right now. Let's take a look at Costco. What does Costco do? Again, the same rejection at 470, and we are coming back down to what number again? 470, and we're coming back down to run a test to 460 most likely. So let's see, like we're just consolidating here. We did give out a trade in Patreon yesterday for Costco. Let me pull it up. So we do have 2 gaps to fill on Costco, by the way. The one all the way at $480 and the one all the way down to 445. Right now it's a battle of gaps, so depends on who takes 475 first. If bulls take out 475, then the probability of us filling the gap at 480 increases considerably. But if we fail at 475 again and break below 460, then Costco is going all the way down to like 445. Something interesting to keep an eye on. Keep that in your watch list. It's a pretty good risk to reward trades. And we are bouncing from 414.50 in SPY. So let's see if we can hold on to it, or we're going to go down to fill the gap. Oof, rejected at the trend line. Alright, so I think the SPY will just float around here for a bit. Look, if it's a gap and crap, I will be happy, because if we fill the gap and we continue to go down lower below 413.57, that increases the chances for SPY to go all the way down to run a test to the lows of yesterday, which was at $410. So we got to wait and watch what we have on stores. Wait for things to settle. Do you teach options class? If you have any questions, you can let me know on either Discord or over here. I don't like to charge people for giving out information which you can find it for free. So if you have any questions, you can either let me know over here or let me know in the Discord, or if you're a member of the Patreon, you can let me know in the Patreon as well, so I can help you out over there. The market is all over the place right now. All the big techs are actually leading the charge. Amazon is actually leading right now. Let's see what the sectors are doing. If you take a look at the sectors for the day, oh, interesting. Utilities are down, consumer staples are down, biotech is down, healthcare is down, financials are down. The technology is the only thing which is leading the way over here. That is because of Amazon and Apple. QQQ, most definitely yes. I'm pretty sure QQQ is the one which is leading SPY as well, because most of the sectors in SPY are in red. QQQ has a resistance at 312.70, so you got to keep an eye out for that number. If Amazon stalls out or if Apple gives up, we are coming back down, but right now I don't see it. But we got to wait and watch. Getting rejected at the VWAP again. Mario, do you tell us when to pull the trigger or you provide us numbers? I actually do both, but you got to understand, I can't legally tell you when to buy and when to sell. Like, you don't understand that, right? Like, that's the problem. The point of me giving out numbers is you can use different strategies to take the same trade. I mean, if I call out a trade, let's say like SPY 420 calls or whatever it is, right? If my account balance is at somewhere around like 70,000 or 80,000, my risk profile is totally different from the people who take the same trade with a $500 account or with a $5,000 account. So that's the problem I have with calling out plays, because people tend to take it without knowing their risk profile. Because me losing $500 in a $50,000, $60,000 account is nothing when compared to that of the people losing $500 in a $5,000 account. That's like 10% of their portfolio wiped out if the trade goes wrong. So there's a lot of different ways you can play the same trade which has been called out using the numbers. So if you know the numbers, you can manipulate it however you want with the trades you take. You can play it with shares, you can play it with spreads, you can play it with options. That's totally up to you and your risk profile. So that's the reason why I tend not to give out basic call outs like take this call or like call expiring on this month and all this stuff. I had a very bad experience with it before, so I tend to stop doing that. So if you guys do want me to do it, well, I guess I'm sorry. I had a bad experience before because I tend to call out plays, and I called out the spreads on I don't remember the stock. A guy went too heavy on it and messed up with the legs. So if you've traded spreads before, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like spreads involves two contracts, so you got to buy one contract and sell one contract. So he did the opposite, and the contract was supposed to be making you money as the stock price goes higher, but since he messed it up, he was losing money as the stock price went up. So yeah, that was like a $2,500 loss for him out of nowhere, and yeah, I don't want to live with that guilt. QQQ is gassing up here. Amazon is going for the next leg higher as well. So here we go, Apple. Nice. 152. 152 is what I'm watching for. QQQ is leading the charge over here. XLR industrial sectors are down. Wow, the only sectors which is leading the market right now is energy and technology. Biotech as well. So these three are the only sectors that are in green in S&P 500. No wonder SPY is lagging the Qs over here. The Qs are pushing only because of Amazon and Apple right now, and Google, of course. Costco is flat. SPY still struggling. I understand. I mean, it's not only about pressure. It's kind of like let me put it in the right way. If I take some stupid ass trade, right? If I take some stupid ass trade and then like I lose money, that's on me. All right. If I take some stupid ass trade and I called it out and then you lose money because of me, that's unacceptable. I mean, I think that's my point, right? So not every time, not all the trade wins. I totally understand that. I don't trade every day. That's one thing you guys need to know. So I don't trade every day, but whenever I take the trade, I tend to not do the call outs because of the main reason that most of the people are new and they don't understand proper risk management. Without proper risk management, you can lose a lot of money real quick. So that's one of the main reasons why I don't do call outs. I give out numbers. You guys can manipulate the numbers however you want and take different types of trades. You can play it with shares, play it with options, play it with spreads. That's totally up to you. SPY dropping. Not by a lot, to be honest. SPY is staying put. Like, we gotta see. I mean, Nasdaq is still holding pretty strong. Apple is still strong. Amazon is still strong. Google is still strong. But most of the sectors in SPY are red for today. You got to note that. That's something to keep an eye out for. We have seen this phenomenon happen from 2020, late 2021 to beginning of 2022. The only stocks which led the markets were Nvidia, Apple, Amazon, Google. I think it's the same thing which is happening right now. Something to keep an eye out for. Be very careful. Hey Charlie, welcome man. Thanks for joining. What are you watching today? Taking any trades, Charlie? Right now, the energy is still pushing higher. Unbelievable. Got to take an eye out, keep an eye out for crude oil, to be honest. Like, if you guys don't want to, like, if you guys are not trading Amazon, I'm taking this out. Crude oil. Oh, we are trying to reclaim the highs. Interesting. I had a very interesting conversation with one of the fellow traders yesterday about oil topping out. What do you guys think? So the SPY would be 410 to 412. Yes, that's the zone which we are watching for SPY. We are looking for 411.50 to 410 to be acting as a support, but the gap will be filled at around $413. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Just a minute. What the hell is this? Back to Costco we go. All right, so there is a gap. Like today morning, if you noticed, we gapped all the way higher, right? We closed the day yesterday at $412.93, but we opened the day at 415. So there was a $3 gap which was open. So the most likely scenario is SPY coming down to fill this gap at 413.63, and if we break below this, then we are watching 412 to like 410. That's the zone which I have, 411.50 to 410. That's something to keep an eye on. Let's see, the technology is leading the charge over here. Apple is still pushing higher. Apple can get to 152. Gotta ask yourself before taking the short positions. Apple is one of the major leaders in SPY. Amazon is one of the major leaders. Google is one of the major leaders. When these three are outperforming, do you see more downside in SPY, which has the major holding of technology? The answer is no. So it's something to keep an eye on. If these three gave up, then yeah, we are not looking good for SPY today. But for now, stay cautious if you're going short. We might as well just like consolidate for the entire day, do nothing, and then close the day flat, because we had a massive green days for the past few days. Consolidation is not a bad thing at all. To the upside, keep an eye out for 416.34. That is important. That's where we got rejected on today. That's where we got rejected on yesterday. So those are the numbers to keep an eye out for. Only SPY and futures. It rejected those session highs from yesterday. 416 stick a short, good risk to reward. 416 seems like it'll break before going before 412. Yeah, I agree 100%, because by the way the Apple and Amazon, Google's are looking, I won't be surprised at all. If we break 416, we are getting all the way to 418 and 420 just like that by today's session. Considering the ADR, it's very much in cards, not ruling it out at all. Oh, Disney had a pretty decent days in the past in the past 5 days. Interesting. We had this guy in the Discord who took the $80 puts on Disney. I'm hoping that he's fine right now, because if he's holding, F's in the chat. Disney can get to 116 over here if we close the day about 111. You playing oil? Nope. I mean, currently my risk profile is kind of like leave me too exposed if I play oil. If I take like 2 contracts and oil drops like $2, like I'll be down like $200. Like, you know how crude oil micros are, right? So currently I'm just watching oil. I'm not playing anything. I was just talking to them about the conversation me and Alva had yesterday about shorting oil. The oil is stopped, so I don't think it has. We do have much more higher upside to follow. Inflation is not showing any signs of receding. In this month's CPI report will be proof for that, because last month, even with the oil energy down by 11%, we were up in the CPI. This month, gasoline prices are like near all-time highs in all the gas pumps. So imagine the impact it'll be having on the CPI data this month. So when the oil prices goes higher, right, it causes a domino effect. Every industry which is dependent on oil will be having an impact as well. Like for example, all the transportation industries, they will increase the prices because they got to keep up with the cost. and all the airplanes, like the jet fuel, the prices are up, so they gotta increase the prices, ticket prices, in order to keep up with the profit margins. So it's a lot of stuff to keep an eye out for once the oil rips. One of the major reasons for recession is higher oil prices, so that's something to note. SPY is still struggling, so we gotta wait and watch. What do we have on store? Financials are down big today. I mean, it's pretty expected after the massive rally which it had for the past few days. Energy is still leading the charge. Energy is still going up. We are giving up gains in the biotech sectors as well. It's interesting. The sectors in the SPY is looking considerably weak if it wasn't for Amazon and Apple for today. So every time a few sectors, the few stocks lead the entire market, you gotta be kind of careful. Yeah, as I said today morning in Apple, right? Like if you take out 150.30, it's going all the way to run a test to 152. So I don't see any good risk to reward right now in Apple. Let's see what's the ATR in Apple is at. Let's take a look at it, shall we? Let's go in depth on Apple to see what's going on in there. Alright, so let's look at the daily chart in Apple. The ATR is at $5. Alright, we opened the day at 149. So right now we're getting rejected at $152, $151.50, right? So you gotta ask yourself, what's your risk to reward over here? If you got in at open, or if you got in above $150, $150.50, you made like a $1 move to the upside and you're out. But for now, we are under significant resistance levels, which is at 151.50 is a resistance, 152 is a resistance. Considering ATR, we can push all the way to like 152.60 by today, but probability for that happening is kind of low because SPY is still not above 416 yet. So something to keep an eye out for. And also don't RSI, just because RSI is higher doesn't mean you shouldn't you shouldn't take the trade to the upside. RSI just tells you the strength in the particular stock. Just because an RSI is overbought doesn't mean you have to buy puts, and just because RSI is oversold doesn't mean you have to buy calls. If an RSI is oversold, that tells you that people don't want to fuck with the stock. That's all it is. So it's one of the common misconceptions with RSI out there. So, and stock can stay overbought for years or for months, so there is no way of timing it, and it's not a right strategy to take the trades on. So if you're looking at RSI and if it's showing elevated readings, it's better to sit out, but also remember that RSI can stay elevated for a much longer period of time than you've thought. Looks like Apple wants to make that 180-hour move to the upside. 180-hour move will push us all the way to 152.60. So it's totally up to you. If you want to go long on Apple, you can just set the stops at 150.63. So you can take the risk and set the stops at 150.62 if you start closing candles, or you can just go to like 150. Fuck it, let's go 150. So technically you're risking like $1 move to make like $2 to the upside, which is risk to reward is like 2:1. Sorry, 1:2. So that's totally up to you. So we are coming back to run a test. So let's see if he holds it. Let's see what's going on with SPY. So it looks like SPY has filled that gap. Did we? Yep, we did. SPY filled the gap to the downside. And if you're not pushing higher from here, and that is alarming. Right, technology is coming down, utilities are down, consumer staples are down, biotech is down, industrials are down big, financials are going down as well. So interesting day, boys. Technology and energy is like a meager comp. It's like energy only composes of 2% of SPY, so I'm not even going to consider that. But keep an eye out for XLK. If you guys don't know this, these are the sectors in S&P 500. XLK is technology, XLU is utilities, XLP is consumer staples, XLB is materials, XBI is biotech. And these are the sectors which when combined, you get something called as S&P 500. So something to keep an eye out for. Every sector holds a particular set of stocks, right? So it gives you an overall idea on where the market is right now. Where do you see the sectors in SPY? You can see it in TradingView. So these are the tickers. You can see it on the screen. So make a note of it, add it to your watch list. So looking at these sectors and how they perform will give you an overall idea on where the market, how the market is doing, and what to expect from which sectors is leading the day, which sectors are the laggers, and you can get to that conclusion by looking at these sectors' performances. So make a note of these ticker symbols: XLK, XLU, XLP, XLB, XBI. So you can find it on the screen right over there. So note it down and add it to your watch list. You can either do it in the Robinhood or you can do it in the TradingView directly. So SPY filled the gap and pushed higher, and now we gotta wait and watch how the price is reacting. Are we gonna fill the gap and then go to the upside, or are we gonna fill the gap and keep pummeling to the downside? So that's something to keep an eye out for in SPY. If you guys noted it down, I'm gonna change the screens to like the watch list page. So let me know. Alright, so small caps are not doing good today. IWM is down, it's back to red again. What are the stocks that are VIX is down? Of course it's down. Where's VIX trading at right now? So let's see. What a terrible day VIX has been having. If you want to get shorts on SPY, $24 in VIX is something to keep an eye out for, or $20 in SPY is something to keep an eye out for. So VIX is nothing but the volatility gauge. As the VIX goes lower, the volatility of SPY will come down along with it as well. And as the VIX goes lower, you will also start to notice the premiums on the puts will be coming down too. So most likely that's what most of the time that's what the hedge funds and all the other money managers do. They wait for the VIX to drop so that they can load up on the puts for much cheaper prices than it was when it was like a 35 or something. If you guys remember, like few days back when VIX was at 35 or like VIX was at 38, the puts on SPY, the cost of the puts on SPY was absolutely unreal. So as the VIX goes down, the prices of the puts will go down along with it as well. That's something to keep an eye on. So keep an eye out for VIX. VIX will tell you the volatility in SPY. Higher the VIX, the more volatile the SPY will be. As the VIX goes lower, the SPY will chill out. Like you won't be seeing the $10 move every single day in SPY as the volatility comes down lower and lower. 412 might happen. Yeah, absolutely. Looks like it because we can't take out 416. So as long as we are below 416, yeah, that's the next spot. We filled the gap and now we are going below the gap. Not a good sign. Not a good sign for bulls. As I said, man, the only sector which is like holding up SPY right now is technology. All the other sectors are down in red. XBI was doing good, it opened green, it turned to red as well. Absolutely unreal. The technology is red only because of Apple and Amazon, by the way. I will consider pulling trigger and SPY, but the MACD is pointing down in 5 minutes. Educate me, is this the proper way to look at it? Or, all right, you look at my chart, right? This is a chart which I use for trading as well. This is not the chart for live streaming. This is a chart which I use for trading. I don't have any MACD. I don't have any RSI. The only thing which I keep an eye out for is the price, right? It's pretty common. It's pretty simple. Like, let's forget the MACD. Let's forget the RSI and all those things. I drew this trend line yesterday. All right, the trend line comes from the highs of yesterday to whatever like highs we had on the leading into yesterday's session, right? And 416 was pretty important, and also the highs of yesterday, which was at 416.30, which is pretty important. The price can't get above the particular level, which was the highs of yesterday at 416.30. Then the higher probable scenario is we are going to come back lower. So if you wanted to short SPY, going short at 416.30 with stops at breaking out above 416.30, that's how you do it. So you don't have to look at MACD, you don't have to look at RSI. It's pretty simple. Focus on the price. You can clearly see today the price struggled at the highs of yesterday. We got rejected. We found some support at 414.50, pulled it back up, got rejected immediately. So that's all I do. I keep an eye out for price, because at the end of the day, those RSI, MACD, all the other indicators, they are derived from the price. They are laggy indicators. They are laggy for a reason. You won't know what to do until it's already too late. So focus on the price. Use the indicators as a secondary confirmation. If you use it as a secondary confirmation to like strengthen your bias, then yeah, it's all good. But don't take the trades only based on MACD's crossing down. That's not the way to go about it. Focus on the price and everything else will sit in the right place. Here we go. That's a very big, very big red candle in SPY. Interesting. Interesting. Technology is coming down as well. Once the technology gives up, then yep, it's done for. SPY is red, Dow is red. Nasdaq is pummeling down here as well. New York City identifies 2 more presumptive monkeypox cases. What is this shit about monkeypox, man? Like, what the hell is going on? JetBlue delays Boston-London flights on late Airbus deliveries. Interesting. Interesting. It's a long red candle. Yeah, of course it is. Like, now we are sitting at support at 412.50. So let's see. If this is a typical gap and crap or failure to break above 416, you know where your risks are, right? So if you're a bull and if you wanted to go long, and if you didn't go long before, 416 is where let me put it simply, right? People who went long on 380 in SPY got a secure profit somewhere. SPY is just technically consolidating between the range of, like, let's keep the range a bit higher if you want to. 410 to 416 is the consolidation range for now. All right, so if we take out one of these ranges to the downside, then yeah, you can start looking for short positions. If we start closing the day below 410, then that opens door for 405, or that opens door for like 407 to 405. But until then, the SPY is just consolidating, right? It's pretty expected. I mean, it's expected after a long ass move like this. You can see how SPY behaved the last week. Huge moves for the consecutive days. So consolidation is not a bad thing for that to happen. But when does this consolidation turns into a reversal is if we start closing the day below 410. And then to next day we open below 410 and we will be doing something like this. That gives you the confirmation. Let's say we close the day below 410 today, and then the next day we open below 410, and then we run a test and then fail and then come back down again. So this is your confirmation. So that's where you go short. So these are some things which like you will learn the more you trade based on the technical side, but that's actually the confirmation of going short, because getting rejected at 410, getting rejected at 416. Right now it doesn't say anything. It's just consolidating between like 410 and 416. That's all it is. But if you take out 410, be very careful. Financials are dragging SPY down by a lot, to be honest. Financials are down like 1% today. Industrials are down like 0.62. Healthcare is down big. If it wasn't for Amazon and Apple, we will be down by a lot in SPY and Nasdaq today. That because those two are the only stocks which is keeping XLK higher. If you guys enjoy the content, don't forget to click on that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. So I do go live at least 2 times a week on Wednesdays and Thursdays. So I do post videos every 2 times a week about market commentary, analysis on SPY. So you won't regret it. Leave a subscribe button. Click on the subscribe button. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Looks like 411.50 to 410 test is incoming. How's Amazon doing over here? Are they up to any good, or we are pulling back? Oh, they're doing pretty fine, not bad, but these two fuckers are the only reason why I'm kind of second guessing before going short. So either the market is gonna pull down so hard that it's gonna drop Amazon and Apple like a rock, or these two are gonna push up the entire market higher. So we gotta wait and watch what the oligarchs has in file for us today. Almost all the sectors are red in S&P 500 other than energy and technology, and the technology is led by Amazon and Apple. Let's see. All right, Apple back down. If you went long over here, you should have been stopped out by now, because this is not good. Do not keep holding the bag, not worth it. So if you went long, your stops must have been kicked right now. Get out of the long positions if you're already in, and wait for Apple to go back higher than 150.60. Did Gangster Diamond say anything about the markets? What's going on? Diamond is the CEO of JP Morgan. Did he run his mouth again? What's going on here? Did you guys see any news on what Jamie Dimon said? I can't find any in Bloomberg. Bank of Canada hikes by 50 basis points and warns of more moves. Yeah, that's pretty good. Fed starts experimenting of letting 8.9 trillion portfolio shrink. Interesting. Gotta wait and watch if SPY holds on to this level though. Keep an eye out for 410. We are in that zone, 411.50 and 410. So if you break below this zone, be very careful. 410 is our pivot. Always remember. I couldn't find anything what Jamie Dimon said. Like, if you guys see any news on Jamie Dimon, let me know. All right. Interesting. SPY is down like almost 0.5% after being up like almost 0.5%. Looks like volatility is still there, boys. With the ATR considered, we are expecting a $9 move today. $9 move from 415 will put us at 406. So we gotta wait and watch. You can clearly see how this zone which we have on the charts over here. What the hell is this? Yep, the zone which we have, the red zone at 411.50 to 410, is actually acting as support for now. So if we break below, keep an eye out for $410. Below 410, run for longs. So 410 can pivot back to the upside. It will bring in some buyers to the upside. So there is no guarantees that that'll be the bottom for the day, because the ATR will be completed when SPY fills this gap at 405 or 406.91. So that's something to keep an eye out for. You can take the risk by going long at 410 with stops at candles closing below 410. So if we do bounce from there, then you'll be getting a nice trades to like 411.50 or even 414 to the upside. But if we fail at 410 and starts going below, that easily opens door for 407 and 405 in SPY. Something to keep an eye out for. If you want to go long at 410, do it. Scalp it with tight stop losses on. Day trade it. Do not swing trade it. Go in and go out. 410 will offer some bounces. Once you see the bounce, take the money out, scale out, and be done with the day. Nasdaq is in red as well. Interesting. Apple is giving up. Amazon is giving up as well. Did you guys get any news on what Jamie Dimon said? Because just seen someone talking about it, saying that Jamie Dimon is causing the volatility. Interesting. Oh, okay. Jamie Dimon on economy. It's a hurricane. You'd better brace yourself. Isn't he the same asshole who came out like 3 days back saying shit like we won't see a recession? What's going on? A bunch of assholes, not gonna lie. Like 2 days back, hey, what's the recession? We don't see any recession. Right now, brace for impact. Another reason on why not to trust these idiots and why not to trust these banks. Absolute morons. we are still in that consolidation range in SPY, so watch out. If we take out 410 and close the day below 410, now that opens doors for 405 or 407 and 405 to the downside. Right, how are the sectors looking? Let's go over the sectors in SPY and see if we have anything. Oh, technology almost gave up all the gains. Like, it was up like 2% before. Right now it's only up like 0.40, and energy is giving up as well, and all the other sectors are pummeling down. Such an interesting day today. A typical definition of a gap and crap. I'm more worried about the CPI print which we are going to get on this month, to be honest. The Fed is still sticking with the 50 basis points, and if the CPI comes in at somewhere around 8.7% or 8.8% for this month, I'm pretty sure they will reconsider that they will reconsider that 50 basis points and push it to 75. And once they push it to 75, markets will start pricing in, and that will be the beginning of the next pullback. It's just a theory. It's something to keep an eye out for. Inflation is something which doesn't go away just like that by raising interest rates to 50 basis points. Go ahead, take a look at what happened in 1970s. We did have a drop in CPI for the consecutive months, and then unemployment went higher, inflation came roaring back. We had an inflation of 20%, not 5%, not 6%, not 8%, 20%. It's not something to be messing around with. So imagine the lives of a regular middle class or normal people who are working on 9 to 5 with a 20% inflation. Absolutely unreal. Are we going in the same trajectory? I mean, possible. Not taking anything off the cards, especially with an incompetent Fed like this. I wouldn't take it off the cards. So if you haven't paid your credit card debts or whatever it is, make sure you pay all your debts off. Make sure you have some reserve cash on stand, at least for like 6 months of savings. So be prepared. Don't get caught with your pants down. So that's all I'm saying. Prepare for the worst. If you don't get it, you're good. But if you do get it, make sure you will be good. So that's all I'm saying. So be prepared. So, because we don't know what's going to happen. These idiots will be flip-flopping every single day. One day they will say like, oh, there's no recession. Next day they'll come out and say, oh, we're already in a recession. So by the time they tell you that, it's already going to be late. I don't offer classes. As I said, I don't like to charge people for the information which you can get it for free. We do have a lot of good technical analysts in the Discord. You can find me as well. So you can find the link in the description. Check out the description to the link to the Discord. Join it. And if you have any questions, you can shoot it over there. We do have these voice chat sessions every once in a week, where we do go over technical analysis and we do answer questions for all the beginner traders. So you can just join up. It's all for free. But if you want to support, you can join the Patreon as well. You'll get daily updates on SPY QQQ and all the trades which I'm taking and all the trades which I'm watching and everything. So you can check it out. So don't overpay for anything which you can get it for free. That's all I'm saying. So I need to understand the indicators better. So what type of indicators you're looking for. So if you have any particular indicators which you're watching, you can let me know in the comments right over here. I can go over that in the stream right now. if you guys are beginning, right, beginning to trade, don't be scared to ask questions, because that's how we learn, right? So if you're not asking questions, there is like no way of getting better. So that's how I started learning. Like I used to ask like stupid ass questions when I like started trading, right? I had no idea what SPY was. I had no idea what QQQ is. But you gotta ask, right? When you ask, you will learn. So that's the beginning. So don't be scared to ask questions. Doesn't matter how beginner type of question it is. So keep that in mind. CRWD, and what's the level for SPY again? The level for SPY you have to keep an eye out for right now is 410. Below 410, the probability of SPY going all the way down to running a test to 407 or 405 increases significantly. CrowdStrike, what's going on over there? CRWD. Oh, they have earnings. Nope. Wait for the earnings. Wait for them to repeat earnings. Wait for them to report the earnings. Don't. I'm pretty sure for the stock like Crowd, the earnings, the premiums, the options are gonna be nuts. So wait for them to report earnings. If they gap up, you can play the stock after the earnings, and you can get the same strike on the options for a much cheaper prices. Very, very cheaper prices than it is right now. So do not gamble here. Wait for them to report, and then we can play the post earnings for tomorrow. To put it simple, you can buy 3 contracts for the same, for 1 contract for today, because there's something called as IV crush. Markets are already priced in the big move, what they're expected to move after the earnings, right? After earnings, stocks have massive move to the upside and massive move to the downside. Option markets already price in the expected move into the option chains. So if you wait until tomorrow, you can buy 3 contracts for the same price as 1 right now. So think about it. I mean, you can do whatever you want with your money, but a 50-50 chances or something which you need to tend to avoid, because most of the people who are new always go with the weekly option chains, overpay for their options, and even if the stock moves in your favor, let's say you got calls and then the stock moved like $8 to the upside, you will still be down in your options because you got crushed by implied volatility. So something to keep an eye out for. If you did give classes, it would be nasty already, make things so clear in the Discord. Yeah, man, like as I said before, right? Charging people money for something which you can find it for free, that's something which I don't agree with. So it's just I am available. Like whenever you guys want to have any questions, you guys can reach me. Reach out to me, and I'll be happy to help. So you don't have to pay me for that. How many bounces of 410 before if you consider a call? We are just looking for scalping here, my friend. So we are not like gonna swing it, or we're not gonna go long. And if we close today below 410, that will be a disaster for SPY. You can see the sectors over there. None of the sectors are in the green. So watch out. If we go below 410, that's gonna be bad. Looks like SPY is not going to respect any support at all today. What the hell? You see this? This is a reversal candle. This is a candle which you don't want to see. But let's see, we are at support right now, 410.07. So if we do bounce from here, scalp it, and then run if we break below 410, especially if you are having long positions. Mario, I use price because I don't trade a lot, work gets in the way. I prefer to use signals versus the price. How can we know the price if you're not in the market daily? Do you use the daily charts, daily candles? Alright, so it's pretty simple. the signals, whatever you're talking about, the MACD, RSI, and all those signals are derived from the price, right? So if you're not in the market daily, I would recommend not to take short-term options, because if you're taking weekly option chains and if you're not keeping an eye out for it on a consistent basis, you have no idea where to like secure profits or where to secure losses at, especially if you're using brokerages like Robinhood, right? You can't set the stop losses based on the price. You have to set it based on the options contract. So it's something to keep an eye out for. So if you're taking short-term options, keep a very, very close eye on your contracts. Zoom in on the reversal candle. No, I don't use 30 minutes for scalping, mate. 30 minutes, I keep an eye out for multiple time frames before taking the trades. I don't stick to one time frame. If I am scalping, I basically go with 5 minutes and 15 minutes. So this is the candle which I'm talking about. See this huge candle? We did get rejected at 416. That is very important level. That's what I gave out in notes today as well. Like, let me show you let me pull it up just a minute. If I pull up the notes, here we go. So it's pretty simple, right? Leading into today's session, two numbers are important to the upside, 415.34 and 416.40. If we start closing candles above, probability of running a test to 418 to 420 increases significantly. This is on the bull case. If we do get rejected, it opens door for running a test to 411.50 and 410 zone for support. Closing candles below 410 puts us in the probability of 407 to 405 to the downside. It's a pretty simple day. This is all it is for today. This is the plan for today, and we can see what happened in the charts right over here. So we did run a test to 416.40, got rejected, came all the way back down to 410. Right now I'm hanging around over there. Selling pressure is still elevated. Are we going to break below 410 and run all the way down to like 407 or 408? Very much possible. Something to keep an eye out for. 410 is still considerably strong in SPY. So which was the lows of, let's see, May 31st lows, which was at 410. So we will find some buyers here. Failure over there puts us all the way down to 407. This was the short opportunity for you at 416 rejection. So this is why knowing the price is very important. So if you're using signals, good for you. But if you are not keeping an eye out on the short-term options contract, whatever you have, anything 2 weeks or 3 weeks is short-term. I want to make it clear on what my definition of short-term is. If your contracts are not expiring like 3 months or 4 months out, and yeah, you got to keep an eye out for it at least 2 or 3 times a day to make sure the price is not moving against you. Oh, looks like we are breaking 410 here, boys. Interesting. 407. The ATR will put us right at $408.34. Like, how did I miss up to that? All right, so if you guys are going short, at least on an intraday basis, keep an eye out for 408.33. How can we reach you? You can join the Discord below. You have the link on the description. You can just reach out to me, or you can join the Patreon, or you can just give a private text to me if you join the Patreon directly. So the link is down below in the description, so go ahead, check it out. So 408 is pretty important, which was the highs of May 17th. We might get right over there. So if you guys open short positions over here, consider securing some profits at 408.33. Let me push out the updates. Important in SPY. Highs of May 17th. Keep an eye out. So let's see if we can bounce off from 408.33. So that's a pretty important number. If we break below this, then yeah, this is not a good looking chart for SPY at all. Like, gotta wait and watch. All right, even technology turns red. See this? So these are the sectors which we were watching from the morning. Technology was bright green while it opened. Right now, every sector is red other than energy. We're not even going to consider energy here because energy is only accounted for 2% of the entire weighting in SPY. So something to keep an eye out for. Oh yeah, because like, dude, to be honest with you, I'm very happy that everything sat on the right place, right? Most of the people, what you see in our Discord, like people like Eric, Hudgtug, Axis, they're trading since 1980s and they're doing it full time. So I personally learned a lot from them when I started trading, and I'm pretty sure if you guys are new, don't be scared to ask questions to them. They are very, very helpful. So check it out. This is not me advertising my own Discord or whatever it is. It's for free, so it's totally up to you guys. If you guys want to join, go ahead, check it out. It's a lot of people with a lot of good experience out there who can teach you a lot of new stuffs. I personally learned a lot from them when I started trading. I'm pretty sure they will help you guys out too. So don't be scared to check it out. Don't be scared to ask questions. So looks like, let's see if we are gonna hold on to 410 for a while, because right now looking like we are gonna come all the way back down to 408 and run a test over there. So let's see. We'll just take this out of the way and we will go again. Alright, so JP Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon says he is preparing the biggest US bank for the economic hurricane on the horizon and advising investors to do the same. Quote, "You know, I said there is a storm clouds, but now I'm gonna change it. It's an hurricane," Dimon said Wednesday at the financial conference in New York. While the conditions seem fine at the moment, nobody knows if the hurricane is a minor one or a superstorm Sandy, he added. Dude, this guy is such a clown, man. What the fuck? 2 days back, he was like, nah, it's all good. Everything is fine. Nothing to see here. Right now, a storm is coming and hurricane is coming. Shut the fuck up. I mean, though I agree with him, but still, like, what changed in 2 days, right? I mean, in your investor conference, like just like few days back, not even a week back, you're like, everything will be fine, everything is normal. All of a sudden, a storm is coming, a hurricane is coming. What a bunch of idiots, man. Always have this policy not to trust the banks, not to trust the CEOs of the banks. If you have trusted them in 2008, you'll be homeless by now. Like, it's absolutely unreal. Looks like we're holding on to 410. Interesting. I'm just waiting for this 15-minute candle to close before taking any short positions. If we close this candle below 410 and then opened below 410 and get rejected at 410, the next level to keep an eye out for is 408 and or 407. That's the zone which we will be keeping an eye on next. What's going on with AMD? Interesting, still holding on to the $100. I mean, if you're trading AMD, as long as the price stays above 99.50, you'll be fine. So if the price starts closing below 99.50, be very careful, because we might see much lower prices from there. If 99.50 breaks, 97 and 94 will be coming in fast for AMD. But as long as we're staying above 100 and 99.50, the probability of AMD going all the way to run a test to like 104 or 105 is considerably high. So you know where to set your risks at. Set the risk at the psychological number at $100 or 99.50. Once we break below 99.50, we are headed towards 97. And if we break below 97, we are headed all the way towards 95. So these are the numbers to keep an eye out for. Technology is coming back up here. Looks like SPY doesn't want to give up 410 right now. Interesting. There is a gap to fill on SPY over here at 407, so keep an eye out for that too. So if we fail to recapture 410, we are going to go all the way to 408 or 405 in SPY. So keep an eye out. 410 is important, as I said in the morning. All right, so 410 looks like holding, boys. Interesting. So if you keep holding 410, keep an eye out for 411.50 to the upside to act as resistance. If you break below 410 and start closing 15 or 30 minutes candle below it, keep an eye out for 408. So interesting. Remember, these price targets are only for scalping or intraday trading, not for swing trading, not for any of those. So if you guys are day trading, these numbers will help. So keep an eye out for those. And if you guys have any questions, don't forget to reach out to me in the Discord, or don't forget to leave a comment in any of the YouTube videos. The link is in the description. You can find the Discord link, and you can find the link to the Patreon. And if you guys enjoyed the content, click on the subscribe button. I really appreciate it. And for now, 410 is the pivot in SPY. If you break below 410 and start closing 15 or 30 minutes candle below 410, we might run a test to 408, or we can go all the way down to like 405. So keep an eye out for that. And thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you guys on Thursday. Take care, boys.